welcome and thank you for watching. Well, those of you who don't know me, I think I'll take the opportunity to introduce myself just a little bit for today. I mean, I don't usually do this, but I guess it's okay if I do this. I'm originally from Ghana, and my name is, you can call me Eugene, when I worked in Ghana, I worked as a biochemist in a clinical lab, yeah, and also doubled up as a blood donor organizer in at the last hospital that I worked at. And it's not like some of us take the pleasure in, having all these gadgets in our faces and giving it out to African politicians and, you know, saying bad things about African politicians. But I mean, the truth must be told. You know, politicians in Africa think it is a smart thing to steal from the people, but as we all know, that's not a smart thing. That's a stupid thing, and that is evil. It is stupid to steal from your people when the money you are stealing from them, you can use it to give them, potable drinking water. This day and age, should we be protesting for clean drinking water? So if you're a politician and you are stealing from your people and you think, you want to use those monies for luxury vehicles, luxury vacations, and all of that, that is not being smart. That is stupid. And some of us, we are going to call them out. And, and the chips should fall whatever they may. And like I was saying, when I worked in Ghana, I worked as a biochemist in a clinical lab and doubled up as a blood donor organizer. And I'm not I'm not that young, Well, young is relative anyway. What I want to say is I'm old. I'm old enough to have a lot of children in the university. I have a lot of children in the university, believe it or not. And whatever we are doing it because we believe that Ghanaians, and for that matter, all Africans, deserve better. And some of us, when we say better, we are not talking of something extraordinary, something luxurious. We're talking of better in the sense of basic necessities. Ghanaians and other African, the people from other African countries also deserve basic necessities, like I enjoy here in America. Potable drinking water in your faucet, good roads, good hospitals, good schools, and now I've been observing something. I'm very glad that Ghanaians are waking up. I mean, I don't know, maybe Ghanaians have been awake long time ago, but Ghanaians can be calm. I don't want to say timid, but Ghanaians take time to respond or to react. So I'm glad Ghanaians are waking up, and I saw a video trending on the internet about a pastor, Professor Mante, talking about this galamsey, that is destroying our water bodies in Ghana. And this is something that most of us have been talking about. And one NDC communicator had the impudence to call this pastor out, that if he is a pastor, he should focus on his pastoral service or working for God's service, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I check of it. If the person is a pastor, does the water in the country, doesn't it affect the pastor also? Doesn't the pastor also need water for his daily activities? I mean, these politicians, what do they take us for? What do they take us for? I have said it time and time again that if Ghanaians were serious, just the use of galamsey to destroy our water bodies alone is enough for the whole civil society to rise up against these politicians, these idiots who parade as king gods. That's what they are. They are idiots and they are stupid. That is what they are. Because if you are not stupid, you will not visit your village when, you see your people, the people in your villages drinking from the ground, and you think there is nothing wrong with that. You think there's nothing wrong with that as a politician, and you think, people should worship you. You think people should worship you because you're a politician? So that woman, I don't say it's a lady. It's not a lady, because if she was a lady, she wouldn't call out the man of God who was saying something that is important, that is critical to the welfare and the well-being of all of us. You know, these politicians, most of them before they came to power, or before they become politicians and got access to their ill-gotten gains, most of them could not even afford to buy, brand new shoes. Most of them could not even afford to buy silk ties. Yes, but now what do they wear? They wear designer clothes and drink champagne. I'm using this comparison because, you know, buying a silk tie is nothing, and wearing designer clothes is nothing if you work hard for it. People can afford to buy whatever they want to buy, but don't come to power with the intention of helping the people. Then you get to power, or you are sent to the throne of whatever parliamentary seat or presidency, or see you become a CEO, then you steal from the people. Eh? Ghanaians and other most African countries, the animal farm, the book Animal Farm, check it out and read it. The author is George Orwell. That is playing right in front of our eyes. Animal Farm is playing right in front of our eyes. Animal Farm is playing right in front of our eyes. How can civil society continue to look on unconcerned? Ghanaians, how can civil society continue to look on unconcerned? Because if we were concerned enough about the destruction of our water bodies, we should all arise by now against these dirty, filthy, idiot politicians. That's what they are. That is what they are. And some of us will tell it like it is. Because if you are not stupid, you will not just be there seeing your countrymen drink bad water and you think that is cool. That is not cool. That is not cool at all. That is not cool. Civil society, we need to do something. We need to do something. In as much as traditional leaders are also part of civil society, I think the traditional leaders have failed us, because wherever galamsey is taking place, there are chiefs, there are queen mothers, there are elders, there are local traditional leaders wherever galamsey is taking place, and these people seem not to care. Now I understand that. I don't know how true that is, but I understand that about 15% of Ghana's population is affected by kidney diseases, because our waters are not good. For how long are we going to sit down and watch these politicians treat us like second-class citizens? For how long? For how long? I cannot even understand why professional bodies cannot stand up to these politicians. Somebody becomes a politician and all of a sudden they can, go against any law without any consequences. They can do whatever they want without any consequences. And this is the very reason why most of you don't want Kennedy Ohene Japan to become the president, because he's the last standing honest politician in Ghana. Yes, you can go to Paga, to Axim, to from north to south, east to west, wherever. Kennedy Ohene Japan is the last standing honest politician in Ghana. The last standing honest politician in Ghana right now. And for some of us, we are praying that Kennedy Ohene Japan, Alanche Martin, Nana Kwame Bedi Akun, Professor Frimpong Watson, and all like minds will come together so that they will join the base, and come 2028 will wrestle power from the MPP and the NDC. Because for the past almost 4 decades, they've proven to us that they don't care. The NDC and the MPP, they've proven to us they don't care. Okay, thank you for watching. And like I always say, if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. If you can do something to help your community, go ahead and do it. And don't do what I wouldn't do. Always be good. Okay? How do we do it? Say what? Peace. And what? Love to you. Well, I do it like this, you bring the other half to make it full. Okay, thank you for watching. Jah guidance. God bless you.